Hello beautiful people, thank you so much for tuning in. Today we are gonna talk about Jerusalem artichokes. So basically where you can grow them, how you can harvest them, how you can store them, what you can do with them. It's very underrated perennial vegetable. It means it will keep cropping year after year. Somebody has them in the same place for 15 years and they keep cropping with no problem at all. They can be kept either in sunny or shady locations. I have mine in both, one in sunny, one in shady location, and they are almost pest and disease free, so they are really easy to grow. The huge benefit is you can keep them in the soil all through winter. It's really good if you struggle with storage or you live in a really small house. So basically you can lift them up when you're ready for your meal and just leave the rest in the soil. Or you can lift them up and keep them in the bucket with layers of soil between them, and they store well this way as well. A word of caution here, they can easily overtake your garden, so think really twice before you plant them and give them some border so they can escape. They can grow really tall and have bright yellow flowers, and it's because they are member of sunflower family. The nobly white tubers make excellent soups, are excellent in risottos. You can roast them in the oven as you would with potatoes, or you can eat them fresh in salads. They go really well with mushrooms for the nice, nourishing hearty meal. So why people don't eat them? Well, these little tubers are well known for causing flatulence. Oh, that embarrassing stuff. Yes, I know. And why is that? Because they contain inulin and our body can't break down inulin. However, inulin has great prebiotic benefits and it's really good for our gut. I can hear you asking, is there a way how we can eliminate this? Yes, there is. Hooray! Let's find out more. You can try the acidic test. So you can boil them in something watery and acidic like lemon juice or vinegar instead of the old plain water. This way you will get equally tasty and less embarrassing outcome. Or you can ferment them. The gas bubbles will go into fermentation process instead. This is not good method for people who have trouble with histamine. They don't tolerate fermented food well. After all, little inulin is still your friend. We should consume more prebiotics such inulin on regular basis. So basically build the resistance, put into your diet little and often, and your gut will adapt. After a while, the beneficial bacteria will grow while the gas producing bacteria will diminish, and you should be able to consume them after a while without any discomfort. I can hear you saying, but I really want to know what they look like. Okay then, come on, let's do some harvesting and cooking. Here we are. I hope you've got your muscles ready. We are going to harvest some Jerusalem artichokes today. I plant my here into old tire so they can't escape and spread anywhere else. And rest of them I keep here. They've got also water so they can't spread anywhere else. So you can either harvest them all or you can leave them where they are over the winter. If you keep them in over the winter, what you need to do, you just need to cut them. So basically you leave just a little tiny bit about this size. So if you want to leave them in over the winter, just cut them to sort of this size and you can leave them in like that. It shouldn't be a problem. It's good to harvest them if you get a garden fork. so you can basically dig them up, but I've got only little space, and I should be able just pull them out. So you can see this is what you will get afterwards. And we've got some more. And more coming. Here we are. This is our little harvest from this tire. I'm quite impressed. So it's more than plenty for the soup. I'm not gonna harvest the rest and I leave the rest in the soil when I am ready for my next nice dish. And with these bits you can see the little ones there. So basically I'm gonna cut it into pieces and put it back in the tire as a compost, and it will make for next year. They will come back from even from these little ones. If you like, you can put some bigger ones, leave them in for next year, but I just find out even from the little ones they are okay for next year. So now what I'm gonna do, I harvested them all, but I'm gonna go around the tire to see whether there are some more hidden somewhere. So basically I just go like that, and you know, you might have like bigger ones lying somewhere. There is another one hiding. Before taking them to the kitchen, I roughly wash them here before the final scrubbing. So I'm really impressed by the amount of it just from one tire. I cut everything into pieces and I will leave it there as a mulch and compost. It started to rain, so let's go inside. I let them soak for a bit before some serious scrubbing with this brush, and I get them ready for the nice soup. Here they are, nicely washed. Look at that, yummy. I'm going to add sprouted buckwheat, shoots growing underground, and some physalis. And that's it. Enjoy. This will get you through days when you don't feel like cooking. You can freeze it all. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope that it inspired you. Let me know in the comments below, is it your first time hearing about the Jerusalem artichokes, or do you eat them often? What are your favorite recipes? How did you deal with the discomfort? I am really curious to know. If you don't want to miss out on future videos, hit the subscribe button now. If you find it useful and learn something new, please share with your friends and family. Hit the like button. Like is always welcomed. From my heart to your heart. Stay amazing, guys. Bye until next time.